Hey, hi and hello, I'm Angry Gorilla, and we're here on the Pokemmo server. Today we are starting a series in which we look at all kinds of useful Pokemon that you could add to your inventory and perhaps make your day-to-day life easier here on the server. Also, I would like to preface that each of these Pokemon are not the absolute best in their related category, but more just my opinion and perhaps to which you may not have known of or thought of. So, what are we doing is we're looking at a multitude of various Pokemon throughout the weeks that have a niche to them, make them stand out or they are related to each other for a particular use. These could be anything like an EV trainer, catching Pokemon, pickup, you name it. And on top of that, each category I'll give 5 options in each category. So you have an option that works for you. Like it could work with your playstyle, it could be PvP, it could be just you name it. There'll be an option that could potentially work for you. Also, to further expand on this, I'm planning on having a further in-depth individual showcase of each Pokemon. So every Pokemon that's showcased on each video, I will have eventually a video showing how to make each build. This will cover how to make your own, like I just said, how long it takes to make, and how much it will cost. All these showcases can be found in the description once they've been made. So just come back, click on the description, and there'll be a link to the YouTube video covering how to make that particular build. Now, before we get into our 5 Pokemon for today, here is a little teaser for the next A Series of 5 episode. Let me know in the comments what you believe ties all these Pokemon together and what is common between them and why they could be useful to you. Let me know in the comments. So you got Raichu, Parasect, Tropius, Beedrill, and Teddiursa. Let me know what ties these 5 Pokemon together before the next Series of 5 episode. Today we are looking into teleport Pokemon. These particular Pokemon can be useful for quick runs back to the PC, as it teleports you back to the last PC you have visited and right in front of the nurse, as opposed to flying to the front door of the PC. Now, there are a whole heap of Pokemon that can learn teleport from leveling up or by TM. So of these Pokemon, here are 5 options that I believe are unique and have other properties that may help you consider them for your team. It is worth mentioning that Teleport is a TM that can be bought at any of the 5 regional department stores for 10k. Just for reference, the 5 regional department stores are found in Celadon City for Kanto, Goldenrod City for Johto, Lily Cove City for Hoenn, Veilstone City in Sinnoh, and Shopping Mall 9 found in Route 9 for Unova. First up is Magmar. Let's be honest and say that Magmar was probably not on the top of your list when you thought of teleport Pokemon, but this humanoid Spitfire Pokemon can be very useful to you for a couple of reasons. So if we get Magmar up here, we can see that Magmar is a decent mixed attacker, both having 95 attack and 100 special attack, also holding an almost 500 base stat total. It has the ability Flame Body, which increases the hatch time for eggs, so it could be super useful for hatching eggs whilst EV training or single horde encountering for a shiny. Also, on top of that, Magmar can always use a Magmarizer to evolve into Magmortar for a base stat total boost from 495 to 540, and in particular 100 special attack to 125 special attack. Magmar can be quite strong if paired with the moveset Flamethrower, Lava Plume, Headbutt, and of course Teleport. First up, Headbutt is also a TM that can be bought at any of the 5 regional department stores for 10k. The point of having Headbutt on your Magmar is that you have the versatility in going for Headbutt encounters in Johto. Also, it has a 30% chance to make the opponent flinch when in battle. So increasing your chances while potentially hunting, egg hunting, hatching eggs can be very useful just in terms of saving time if you want to encounter any headbutt Pokemon. Second up is Lava Plume. It is a special fire type move which Magmar learns at level 34. So if we get it up here, Lava Plume is a move that can be learned at level 34, which is an attack all adjacent foes, which is great for hoarding, countering, EV training, and it has a 30% chance to burn the foe. And third on the list of moves is Flamethrower. It is a special type fire move, which Magmar learns at level 46, and that it can attack a single foe, which could be good for cutting down hordes if you encounter a shiny. Also, it has a 10% chance to burn the foe. Other moves that can be mentioned is Poison Gas, which has a high PP usage and a 100% chance to poison the foe, which attacks all adjacent foes as well, so poisoning multiple enemies at the same time, which Magmar learns at level 18. Sunny Day, which Magmar learns at level 52, which is useful in strengthening fire type moves and weakening water moves, as well as prevents being frozen. Magmar also has the potential to learn the HM Rock Smash, which is even more important if you want to broaden how many encounters or ways that you can encounter Pokemon, which can lead to getting fossils as well in certain regions. So if you want your Magmar with Teleport to expand on how many encounters you can get, Rock Smash, Headbutt, these are all going to help you broaden that encounter. And lastly, I've thrown in Thief here. Thief is a TM that can be bought in any of the 5 regional department stores for 10k. The user steals any held item the opposing Pokemon holds, and it's always a good option to have on a Pokemon due to all the different items held by different Pokemon. Now, having Thief on top of your Magmar can be useful if it has Headbutt and Rock Smash, because then it's also diversifying how many Pokemon you can encounter, therefore all different types of items that you could potentially steal. So Magmar is very useful for its Flame Body ability. So if we just quickly make a couple of Chimchar eggs here, and we'll head over to the spot where I shiny hunt. Just gonna walk into this PC just so we have access to it. So having Magmar in front with the Flame Body ability can be good if you want a single encounter or horde encounter for shinies whilst hatching eggs. So you're just trying to maximize your time. So if you enjoy this sort of Magmar, you can always look inside the description for a video in which I've then made this specific build. Check out the description for a video on how to build this Magmar if that is the teleport Pokemon that you want in your caliber. Once again, probably wasn't thinking of Slowbro for our next teleport Pokemon, but this dual egg group Hermit Crab Water Psychic Pokemon is a great defensive option to have as your teleport Pokemon. Numerous reasons on why you'd want Slowbro as your teleport Pokemon is, although slow, hence the name, Slowbro makes up for it with this decent HP base stat with 95 and a great defense of 110 and 100 special attack base stat. Slowbro also has great coverage in HMs as well. So if we scroll down here, Slowbro can learn 7 out of the 11, missing only Cut, Defog, Rock Climb and Fly. So it has great coverage looking at all the other HMs. The third reason why you might want Slowbro in your lineup as your teleport Pokemon is it can also learn the moves Payday through TM, and it can also learn Yawn if starting with it from Slowpoke. So having this Payday Yawn combo we've found to be a great option for a catching Pokemon, as we're making some Pokeyen on the side whilst catching Pokemon. we find it to be a very useful combo. Also, another reason why Slowbro might be a good teleport option for you is it can learn the TM dig. Having access to TM dig is a great advantage for traversing, as teleport doesn't work inside caves, making Slowbro great at getting back to a PC very quickly no matter where you are, other than buildings, or pretty much if you're in caves or the overworld, you can get back to the PC very quickly. Also, it's a TM that can be bought at any of the 5 regional department stores for 10k. A possible move set that can be on your teleport Slowbro can be Payday, Yawn, Headbutt, and of course Teleport. Payday is a TM that can be bought at any of the 5 regional department stores for 10k. The point of having Payday on your Slowbro is that you can earn additional Pokeyen per battle. The second move is Yawn. Yawn is a normal status move which Slowbros can start with if it's pre-evolution Slowpoke has learnt it. So when it comes to Yawn, Slowpoke can start with Yawn or can learn it at level 9. It is useful as it has a 100% chance of putting your foe asleep on the next turn, which is very useful for catching Pokemon. So once combined with Payday, it is a very good combination, like I've said numerous times already. Also, if you do not put Yawn on your Slowbro before you evolve it, you can always go to the move tutor in any PC and use a couple of heart scales in order to get Yawn onto your Slowbro. So if you haven't put Yawn on your Slowbro before you evolved it from Slowpoke, no big deal. You can always come here in any PC to the move tutor, relearn a move, pick up your Slowbro that hasn't got Yawn. You can come down here and you can relearn Yawn for 3 heart scales. Third move that I've decided to put on my teleport Slowbro is Headbutt. It is a normal physical move which Slowbro can learn at level 21, but it's also a TM that can be bought at any of the 5 regional department stores for 10k. I've said it again earlier, but the point of having Headbutt on your Slowbro is that you have the versatility in going for Headbutt encounters in Johto. It has a 30% chance of making the foe flinch, which if you're making this catching teleport Slowbro, having more encounters available to you is very important. Other moves that should be mentioned that Slowbro can learn is, like we said earlier, it has the option to learn Dig. Having access to Dig is a great advantage when traversing as a teleport. Doesn't work in caves, making Slowbro really great at getting back to the PC quickly. Also, the TM can be bought at any of the 5 regional department stores for 10k. Another move that can be useful for your teleport Slowbro is Surf. Surf is a special water type move which attacks all adjacent Pokemon, which is very handy for hordes or EV training as well as traversing the regions. It is HM, which makes it free and readily available, or Slowbro can learn the move at level 30. Another move that could be useful for your teleport Slowbro is Psychic. Psychic is a special Psychic type move learned at level 36. It is a strong telekinetic move that has a 10% chance to lower the special defense of the target, which can be useful if you are horde encountering, just taking out a single opponent to isolate a shiny if you encounter one. And another move that I have thought of is Slack Off. Slack Off is a status normal type move which Slowbro learns at level 33, which restores half of the user's maximum HP, which is useful when you're not ready to come back to the PC to heal up, whether you have some PP left that you want to still keep catching. So instead of having Headbutt, Slack Off would be a very good option to have here, as you can then maximize your Yawn and Payday usage. So when it comes to Slowbro, hopefully you do like this sort of build. If you do, there will be a link to a video in the description below, so check out the Slowbro video. Yeah, if you enjoy this sort of Slowbro build, let me know in the comments down below. And yeah, so next out of our series of 5 for teleport Pokemon is Magneton. Now, I'm positive you didn't think of Magneton when you were clicking on this video, but a few things that make this genderless magnet electric steel type Pokemon stand out as your choice for your teleport Pokemon is that Magneton has a nice 120 special attack base stat, which you can take advantage of with special based moves. If we level up Magneton near a special magnetic field, we can have access to Magnezone, which bumps up our base stat total from a 465 to a decent 535. It's also great to have as a attack all enemies EV trainer, or can be a good screen setter as it can have sturdy and therefore get reflect and light screen off before it faints. A potential move set that I've got for your teleport Magneton is Discharge, Headbutt, Thunder Wave, and Teleport. First up is Discharge. Discharge is a special electric type move which Magneton can learn at level 40 that it can attack all adjacent Pokemon and has a 30% chance to paralyze the foe. This is great for EV training some hordes. The second move is Headbutt. It is also a TM that can be bought at any of the 5 regional department stores for 10k. The point, like I've said with the other 2 Pokemon, is of having Headbutt on your Magneton is that it increases the versatility in encounters, so you can go for Headbutt encounters in Johto, and it also has a 30% chance to make the foe flinch, as well as if you do come across a shiny in your EV training, you have a single attacking move which isolates the shiny instead of just using Discharge. And lastly, we've got Thunder Wave, which is a status electric move which Magneton can get either start with or learn at level 10, which has a 100% chance to paralyze the foe if it hits, which can be useful for catching. Other moves that should be mentioned that Magneton can learn is Light Screen is a psychic status move which Magneton learns at level 20, which suppresses special base moves for 5 turns, as mentioned, and can be a good screen setter having access to Sturdy, can set Light Screen 1 turn and then reflect the next turn. Then again, the second move that you could potentially put on your Magneton goes with Light Screen, and that is Reflect. Magneton does not learn Reflect through leveling up, but does learn it through a TM, and the TM can be bought at any of the 5 regional department stores for 20k. It is a psychic status move which Magneton can learn, which suppresses physical base moves for 5 turns, as mentioned, can be a good screen setter, having access to Sturdy, can set Reflect 1 turn and then Light Screen the next. So Magneton can be quite useful as an EV trainer, as we'll show just here. So if we Sweet Scent, as we said, Magneton can be a good EV trainer. So here we are just showcasing a horde. Then you just have your Magneton out. You can use Discharge, and you'd be able to take out your foe. So if Magneton is the Pokemon for you as your teleport Pokemon, let me know in the comments down below. Or if you haven't thought of Magneton as a teleport Pokemon, with Sturdy, Light Screen, and Reflect, it can be a good screen setter. With Discharge, Headbutt, Thunder Wave, it could be a versatile EV trainer for you, as well as just an option that could catch or help find shinies for you in the way of if you are EV training, like has happened to me. I was EV training for I was EV training for speed, and I came across my shiny Poliwell. So there's that. Next on our list of potential teleport Pokemon that you probably didn't think of, but now might use due to their versatility, is Wigglytuff. Now this normal balloon fairy egg group Pokemon is a must if gathering item is your forte. So Wigglytuff is a special teleport Pokemon because it will be the only one today featuring its hidden ability. So there's a few things that we need to think of when having Wigglytuff. So the first thing is that it boasts the the highest HP base stat on today's video with a whopping 140 base stat, which is great for taking large amounts of damage. With a 70 to 85 mixed attack special attack split for gradual damage. Making the moveset for this build has been quite difficult, which is a positive due to the vast diversity, and therefore up to you on how you're going to play your teleport Wigglytuff. But I think I've come up with a pretty useful moveset for your teleport Wigglytuff. Like I said before, it has its hidden ability. Its hidden ability is Frisk, allowing you to search the opposing Pokemon for any held items, which is great for any type of item farming. Now, the moveset that I've come up for with Wigglytuff has been based around item farming. So the moveset that can be put on Wigglytuff is Thief, Covet, Hyper Voice, and of course Teleport. So Thief is a TM that can be bought at any of the 5 regional department stores for 10k. The user steals any held item the opposing Pokemon holds and is always a good option to have on a Pokemon due to all the different kinds of held items Pokemon can hold. Paired with Frisk allows a more efficient method of item farming. Covet is second on our list. So Covet is a physical normal move which Wigglytuff starts from with evolution. So it must be learnt from Jigglypuff at level 9. So we get Jigglypuff up here and Jigglypuff learns Covet at level 8, The Pokemon endearingly approaches the target, then steals the target's held item, which is similar to Thief, which is always, like Thief, a good option to have on a Pokemon due to all the different items held by Pokemon. Therefore allows for more stolen items between PC visits. So you've got 50 PP, so potentially 50 items that you can steal before having to go back to the PC. If you don't learn Covet before you evolve your Jigglypuff into Wigglytuff, it can be learnt from the move tutor in PCs for the cost of 2 heart scales. Now, third on our list is Hyper Voice. Hyper Voice is a special normal move which Wigglytuff starts with from evolution, so it must be learnt from Jigglypuff at level 36. This is an AoE move which can be put to good use when EV training on top of item farming or clearing hordes once the item has been stolen for additional experience. So then we get up Jigglypuff again and we can see that at level 36 that Jigglypuff learns Hyper Voice. And then of course you've got Teleport to finish off your Wigglytuff. Now, some other moves that are worth mentioning that Wigglytuff can learn. It can learn a whole abundance of moves of all sorts. You've got Ice, Fighting, Water, Psychic, Electric, Ghost, Dark. The list goes on, Grass. So it's a very versatile and diverse moveset. But other moves that I have thought of putting on your Wigglytuff is it can start off with Sing. So Sing is a normal move, normal status move that, although has a low accuracy, will put the opposing Pokemon to sleep, which can be useful if trying to catch a Pokemon. Wigglytuff starts with this move from evolution, so it must be with Jigglypuff as a move to start off with. The second move that Wigglytuff can potentially learn is Dig. Having access to TM Dig is a great advantage, like I've said earlier, for traversing, as Teleport doesn't work inside caves, making Wigglytuff great at getting back at the PC very quickly. Also, TM that can be brought at any of the 5 regional department stores. So a lot of if you are doing Wigglytuff for, say, fossil farming, a lot of the rocks that you'll be smashing can be found inside caves. So having access to Dig, then Teleport, will allow you to quickly reset your PP in order to go more efficient with your item farming. Another move that you could think of putting on your Teleport Wigglytuff is Substitute. Substitute is a normal status move where the user makes a decoy of itself from some of its HP. Substitute is a TM that Wigglytuff can learn The TM can be bought at any of the 5 regional department stores for 30k. And then another move that you could think of is Wish. Wish is a normal status move where the user, one turn after using the move, half of the Pokemon's maximum HP is recovered. This can be very useful in Wigglytuff's case for its high HP bulk, and paired with Substitute, it could last a very long time in battle. This is an egg move, so it will have to be bred onto beforehand. So like I said, having Wigglytuff is a good option to have, especially with the Thief, Cover and Frisk combo. So like I've got a rock smashing tutorial here in Kindle Road. We can just have a little look into this. So if item farming is your forte, you might want to look into having Wigglytuff as your teleport Pokemon as well. Having all these moves makes it very easy to item farm, as well as having teleport sends you straight back in front of the nurse to replenish your PP to then keep taking more items. Now the 5th and final Pokemon in our group of teleport Pokemon is Starmie, the mysterious, genderless water psychic type Pokemon. You may find this Pokemon useful as a shiny hunter or searching for a particular Pokemon due to its ability Illuminate, which increases the chance of it having a wild encounter. So if we look at Starmie here, we get these two up here, we can see that it has the move Illuminate, as well as a couple of other abilities, but Illuminate raises the likelihood of meeting wild Pokemon. So there's a few reasons why you might want to have Starmie as your teleport Pokemon. Like I said, it has the ability Illuminate, which increases the likelihood of wild encounters, useful for shiny hunting or being efficient when using lures or just want to catch a whole heap of Pokemon. To then add teleport to allow a quick transition back to the PC would be beneficial. Secondly, it has a 520 base stat total, which puts it first on our list of today's Pokemon. It can become third on our list though if you decide to evolve Magmar to Magmortar or Magneton to Magnezone, but has a decent 100 special attack and a 115 speed. Lastly, the third reason Starmie can be useful is it is in the overused category. So it could double as a competitive Pokemon for you, obviously sacrificing one move spot for teleport. A possible moveset that I have for Starmie is Recover, Headbutt, Surf, and of course Teleport. So the first move, Recover, is a normal status move which Starmie starts with from evolution, so it must be learnt from Staryu, its pre-evolution, at level 40. So if we get that up there, it must be learnt at level 40. Restores the user by half its maximum HP, allowing it longevity between battles. If it's not learnt before evolving, it can always be learnt from the move tutor in PCs for a cost of about 4 heart scales. Second move that I've got on here is our trusty Headbutt. It is a TM that can be bought from any of the 5 regional department stores for 10k. The point of having Headbutt on your Starmie is that it has the versatility in going for Headbutt encounters in Johto, which pairs with Illuminate to further increase the likelihood of an encounter. It also has a 30% chance to make the foe flinch. Then lastly, I've got Surf. Surf is a special water type move which Starmie starts with from evolution, so it must be learnt from Staryu at level 44, but it's also a HM, making it free and readily available. It attacks all adjacent Pokemon, which is handy for hordes or EV training, and also allows you to traverse the region. One thing worth noting with Starmie is most of the moves that it learns has to be on the Starmie before it evolves. So it is very important to look at your Staryu if you are making this, seeing what level you get it at, and then using your Water Stone to evolve into Starmie. So with that, some other moves that I've thought of mentioning that Starmie can learn. Psychic is always a good option. It is a special psychic move which Starmie starts from evolution, so it must be learnt from Staryu at level 36. It is a strong telekinetic force which has a 10% chance to lower the target special defense by 1 stage. It is also a TM that can be bought from any of the 5 regional department stores for 30k. Now, if you're thinking of making your Starmie competitive, Ice Beam would be a good option to have as well. So Ice Beam is a TM that can be bought from any of the 5 regional department stores for 30k to add the coverage against Pokemon you may be weak to and allow Starmie to be more competitive. And another one is Psyshock. So Psyshock is also a TM that can be bought from any of the 5 regional department stores for 25k. To add that coverage against Pokemon you may be weak to, as well as allow your Starmie to be more competitive. So there you have 5 Pokemon, 5 options for your teleport Pokemon that could fit into your playstyle or whatever you would like to accomplish here on the Pokemmo server. Might make your life easier, it might make some things a bit more efficient, or it could just be a quality of life thing for you. I'm sure some of these you may even be using now, or some you had no idea of and didn't even think of these options were as versatile as shown. Do you agree with the 5, or have some surprised you? If there are others that you know of or think of that I may have missed, definitely let me know about it in the comments below. Be sure to check out the description because I'll be rolling out separate videos on how I made each of these unique builds, added little twists or things I looked out on in each particular build. Now, another thing I am going to say is I'm going to be so grateful for Team Pori and some of the members that you have seen throughout the video. I'm sure you've seen all 13, and let me know in the comments all 13 members of Team Pori that you've seen in the video. But if this is the sort of content that you like, be sure to subscribe. It keeps you up to date with everything going on with the channel. If you like this sort of content as well, give it a like, comment anything below. Do you agree with these 5? Are there other Pokemon that I should look into? Let me know what you think the link is between the 5 Pokemon that I mentioned earlier. That is Raichu, Parasect, Tropius, Beedrill and Teddiursa. Let me know what you think connects those 5 Pokemon in the next series of 5 episodes. But like I said, be sure to subscribe, like the video, comment anything you want, and we'll go from there. So like always, look after yourself, keep cool, stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.